Now we want to make this user API resource private. To do that, we need to add a middleware. Type route group, and inside we'll have an array middleware, and the middleware that we are looking for is auth API, and the other parameter is function. Let's move this route inside here. So we wrapped this route with this middleware. Middlewares are like layers. Before running this code here, it needs to run the middleware first, and the middleware checks if the user is authorized. If it's not authorized, it will throw an error. Let's try to see the route now. Let's try to access users. Let's send a request and we will get unauthenticated. So in order to get authenticated, we have to copy this token that we gotten from our login and add it on the headers. The header that we want to add is authorization, and here we'll add bearer and the token that we copied. Let's send the request now. We can see that we can get the users now. So this route now is accessible only to logged in users. Now let's add the register functionality. Here let's add the route first. It will be a post request to register and auth controller register. Let's go to the auth controller and here add a new route, register. We'll have a request, and now let's create the user. The code will be similar to the user controller store, but there is one difference. So let's copy this code and paste it here. Let's import also the user. Let's import the hash function. So here the change will be that instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, we will need the request input password. So the password will not be set by default, but instead it will be gotten by the request. Now let's add a validation for this register function. Let's open the terminal and write php artisan make request register request. So let's go to the register request now, make it authorizable, and let's add the rules. First name should be required, last name required, email required and email, password should be required, and now we need another field which is password confirm, which is also required and should be the same as password. So we need this validation because every time we register we need to have a password and a password confirm. Now let's change this request with the register request. Let's try it on Postman. So let's copy this URL, paste it here and change it to register. Change it to post, and in the body let's say first name test, last name test, email test@test.com, password 1234. So for the moment I will not add password confirm. Let's send the request. We are getting an error here. We have to set the accept application.json here. So the given data was invalid. The password confirm field is required. Let's add password confirm, and let's not make it the same. The password confirm and password must match, so we have to make it the same, and our user was created. So the user is created successfully. Let's try to log in with it. Let's send a post request to the login route, and in the body add email test@test.com, password 1234. Let's try to log in now. So we got a token. Everything works fine. We are almost ready to test our app in the front end. We only need to add 3 more routes. The first route that we need to add is the route for the current user controller, and the method will be user. So this will be the route for the logged in user to get his data. The second route is a put request, where the user is trying to update his information like first name, last name, etc. The method will be update info. And the third route is kind of the same, but this time he needs to update password. Update password. This routes needs to be different because the behavior is different. So let's create these 3 methods now. Let's go to the user controller and add the first one, which is user. Here we'll just return auth user. So this route is completed. We will just return the current logged in user. The second route is update info. We need a request here. And for a shortcut, let's copy this line here, paste it here. Instead of finding the user now, we will just use auth user. So we will get the current logged in user and update his data based on the request. And the third route would be update password. It will have a request. We will get the user again here, and the user will need to update the password hash make request input password. Return the same thing here.